Well, welcome class to week 6 of PRM601 Project Scope and Scheduling. This week we look at developing the last of the three baselines that we'll be developing over the life of this class, that being the budget baseline. Now, the budget baseline looks at estimating the cost of each of the resources that you identified last week in your schedule and allocated to the various tasks, and then rolling up those various costs into the budget, and then baselining your project based on those estimated costs and budget. And then the third is looking at performance management through the use of earned value management. Now, we'll be focusing on the first two of those, not the third. Now, your readings in Pinto chapter 8 and in Pimbach in chapter 7 cover this quite well, so I encourage you to do those readings before you start the process this week. And for this week, I am expecting, again, 4 different assignments from you. First is the weekly exercise, developing the project budget for your individual projects. 2, the discussion, which is based on your weekly exercise. The third is the quiz for the week. And number 4 is what did I learn this week? One of my favorite things of the course, as you know. But let's go back and take a look at the assignments. As you start developing the budget for your project, Microsoft Project to a large degree will be doing most of the math for you. I bet you're pretty happy about that. In fact, this is one of the easier weeks in this class, so be aware of that. What you'll need to do is estimate the cost for your work, your material, as well as your cost resources, and inputting them. Now, in video 8 on Microsoft Project, I cover that in detail on how to do that, so I encourage you to take a look at that. There is a fourth kind of cost, which is fixed cost as well, that I would like you to also add into your projects. Fixed costs, for example, are an insurance premium that you might be paying to cover insurance costs for your project while it's being executed, things on that order. So be aware that there is also what is known as fixed costs that I'm asking you to input a couple of those as well. Once you have done that, Microsoft Project will automatically roll up the overall cost of each of the various tasks that you have identified into what is the overall budget for your project. And I show you in video 8 on how that is done and where to look for that. So have some fun with this. It's not as challenging as the last 2 weeks have been with regards to developing your schedule and then inputting resources and allocating them and ensuring you don't have any over allocations. So that is something you should look at and something I'll be looking for in your weekly assignments. Now, with regards to earned value management, we really won't be doing much about that in this course. However, they do cover it a bit in Pinto as well as in the Pimbach. So be aware. You do have an entire class on cost and performance management, and that's why we really don't go into it in depth in this course. Given that this is a little bit of a lighter week this week, do encourage you to start working on your final project. Now, if you open up the template that is located under Documents and Templates on the home page, it will appear to be kind of a daunting template, being rather lengthy. However, there are many pages that you do not need to do anything with. You should input where it says your text here. I'll be going over this in our Zoom meeting that we'll be holding as well. So I encourage you to start looking at that and start working on it. One thing that you should be aware of is if you do not start working on it now, and count on week 8 to do the entire thing, you will not be able to complete it to your satisfaction. So be aware of that. It will take a couple of weeks, and these last 3 weeks of this course are a little bit on the light side for that purpose, so that you can focus on developing your final project and making sure that you have a good understanding of what we have covered in this course. So that is another thing that you should look at and start working on this week, your final project. And so that is week 6 of PRM 601, developing the final baseline for your project, the budget baseline. And please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer those. And I look forward to seeing you at the Zoom meeting. Have a good day. Bye-bye.